Mic check, mic check. What? Yo! Alright, how you guys doing, man? Here on Friday, TGIF. Alright, thank God it's Friday. If you guys had a long week, you should show up to a workout and make it even longer. Or you can get an early start on the weekend if basketball is what you love to do. Again, love it or hate it, all of us want to improve. All right, love it or hate it, all of us want to improve. And sometimes you're going to hate the workouts. But that's how you know that they're working. That's how you know that you're working hard enough. Sometimes you're going to love them. That's how you know that you have a passion for it, okay? And it goes back and forth between these two things. And that's how life is in general. All right, if you're doing something that you love and it's only great, it's probably not a passion. You're either probably like very, very lucky, or you're just having fun doing it. It's not going to like last forever. It's not going to be that meaningful for you. But if you put some hard work into it, you're going to be something special at it. And you're going to be able to do it for a longer period of time. If you happen to love both the results and the hard work, then you're a very, very special human being, and life is going to be amazing for you. All right. So for this program, we make it in such a way where those of you who are hard workers and loved hard work, you will benefit more than everyone else in your school, in your division, in your state, and perhaps even in the whole country or the world. Okay, in the end, we've made this program just for you, because this program doesn't exist for people like that. All right, there aren't programs out there for like the Giannis's of the world, or like Luka Doncic, who like loves it, and all those people that like work really, really hard. There is no program for them. So this is that program, and if it happens to be for you, cool. If not, okay. All right, just be a part of it for a second. Whatever, it is what it is. Anyways, who we got? We got Teo. Hey, Coach Teo's here. What up, man? I can hear you. You can't hear me? You can't hear me? What? Let me see. You can hear me, but you can't hear me. So maybe it's a volume thing. Check, because my volume looks correct. Usually, when you can't hear me, I'm like this. Now you can't hear me because it's a button that I can press, but also I see the little like bars going. So let me know if you can hear me, and I'll see what I can do. But if one of you's hearing me, all of you should hear me. Yeah. All right. Let's start by talking about games this weekend. We have a whole bunch of games this weekend. Make sure that you know that the games are not just on Saturday. They are on Saturday and Sunday. I looked at the list wrong. There's a whole bunch of games. And I think I put them all on Saturday at first. But now they are on Saturday and Sunday. So those of you guys who signed up, I maintained your sign up. I moved you to Sunday. But if you couldn't make it on Sunday, well, that's kind of weird, because then you're signed up for it, but you can't make it. So please look at your booking. Make sure that you can do it. All right. The game's just real quick. If I was just to throw it out there as if you're listening, that's weird because my volume is on max. On max. Maybe the side of your phone, the quiet button or on button or off button, or even you can like restart it. Turn it off and then turn it back on, or press closed captioning if you're deaf. I don't know. But anyways, we have games at 2 o'clock for the 5th through 7th graders on Saturday, 4 o'clock for the 8th through 12th graders on Saturday, and then on Sunday there's 5th through 7th is at 12, 7th through 9th is at 1, 1st through 5th is at 2, 7th through 9th is at 2. And all these games are at Westminster High School. So make sure you guys sign up for that. Let me try to give Jaden some advice in the chat room. I can log into the chat. Try restarting the YouTube app. There we go. All right, so I just typed that in myself. You guys should see it. All right, so those are the games. And make sure you guys show up 30 minutes early to play, especially if you don't have a jersey yet, so we can pass those things out. All right, you can hear now. Good. Hopefully it wasn't your ears. All right, next thing is, Queen Elizabeth. I mean, she's kind of blocking me. No offense, Queenie. All right, but yes, Queen Elizabeth has died, and the whole world is either sad or are happy, but you're thinking about it. All right, and no matter what you say, she had a great life. As opposed to all like with all the controversial issues. Look. The whole world has done some crazy things, like the Taliban, like Great Britain, like China, like America with slavery. All right, and these people in charge of those things, maybe they are in charge, but this person right here came years later, and the stuff that she did oversee, they don't have too much power, but maybe they did, maybe they don't. In the end, everyone just wants to be great, and the way that we lift people up in this world, it's a crazy thing to be a celebrity or like a political figure or like an athlete or like whatever it may be. It's a weird thing, and we all, many of us, are inspired to be that. It's a strange concept, but I would say most of you guys, especially in my program, you guys want to be this level of fame. Maybe not like that person. You probably don't want to be queen or king, but yeah, you want to be Michael Jordan. If you can snap your fingers. While she was born into it, it takes a lot of hard work, and even like the hardest workers don't quite get there. Giannis is basically a king because he was basically born into it, but he also had the hard work. So there's, again, 3 types of people. I guess you can say 4, where there's the hard worker, and there's the person that was born into it. Then there's the person that was born into it that also works hard. And then there's a person who wasn't born into it and doesn't work hard. All right, which one of these 4 do you want to be? Well, you have no say on like how you were born. All right, so either you're born with or without. So that takes away 2 options right there. So the only other option is, will you be a person who was born with it who works hard, or a person who's born without it who works hard? All right, from my point of view, those are the 2 options. So the only variable there is, are you going to work hard? All right, so whether you're born with it or not doesn't make a difference in my point of view. All right, were you a queen that tried your hardest your entire life to make the world better, or did you just sit on your laurels and just take the crown? All right, and to me, this is a weird part of humanity, but it's a great part. Us aspiring to be certain people out there, it actually does make us like better human beings, and it focuses our energy on the day to day, so that we can like get beyond just today. If we didn't have these people, didn't have sports on TV, life would be so boring. We would just be like, let me just finish this thing, right? So it's a weird concept that we elevate one death over another, one life over another. But in the end, that's exactly what pushes us to higher levels. So respect to the queen. Why not? Next thing is your monthly challenge. Are you guys doing the monthly challenge? It's just my daily check-in with the epic drill. Are you doing the epic drill? Because if you do it every single day, by the end of the month, you won't be able to miss a layup. Your handles will be a lot better. Your passes will be a lot better. So do the epic drill. All right. Next up, I'm again going to Denver tonight, but I'm taking 2 players with me. I'm snatching them, kidnapping them. Okay, not kidnapping, not for real. Don't call the cops. Put the phone down. All right. I am taking Connor and Noah with me to Denver so we can film more of our drills. We already have a couple of kids signed up on that end of town. All right, while you guys have 30 or so. So Derek, again, will be taking care of the Denver place. And I'm still situating the coach in place in Denver so we can make sure that there's a coach there every single time. And then once that's situated, we'll hopefully get Aurora started, get Centennial started, and then I'll start hopping around. But for right now, I'm in Denver back to back, and it's so strange going to these practices because we go from one house of rocking to the other one where you can hear no one knocking, and there's like, we had 4 kids last time, and it was so quiet. I was like, let's bring the energy, and it's so hard, and it reminded me of back when I used to work out with Just Connor or Just Dennis when I first started my program in California, and when I just started my program here. And who was the one before here? I started this program actually in Colorado about 11 years ago. Who was my first kid? Oh, I forget. I think it had to be like a JA kid. Well, besides Bryson, my brother, he was in my program, so he's one of them. And when you start off, man, it's a tough push. So Connor's gonna have to experience that again just for a day, so we can see how different it is, and hopefully he can appreciate the fact that we got people. We got people now here in Broomfield, but we got to grow the other ones as well. All right, so that's what I'm doing tonight. Hopefully, you guys show up to the workout tonight. When you do show up, bring the energy. All right, bring it all. And then speaking of expanding, one of our players, our past players, Sean Smith. He never really played for a program, but he did work out once he graduated high school, or during his last year, and he started working out with me in the morning. Then he did a few workouts with the kids, and we helped him become more of an athlete. He was just a shooter. They made him stand in the corner. Then I helped him get to a better college, and then he went overseas and played in Ireland. And he just called me yesterday and said he's moving to Colorado. All right, he knows I'm here. I'm not sure if this is why he's moving here, but he's such a Colorado person. He really, really acts like a Colorado person. He's very humble, but he's one of the best shooters, and he wants to coach for us. So he'll be here late September. So that is an awesome thing. All right, this guy at the drop of a hat, I've done it before. I pulled out a camera and I'm like, "Yo, Sean, make 5 straight threes," and he can make them in less than 30 seconds. He can shoot his butt off. And if you look at our challenge section and go to the 7-minute drill, that is him breaking or setting the record of 43 threes made. The next closest to him is, I believe, 31. All right, so 43 threes with the 7-minute drill, where you have to make 20 layups, then make 5 in a row from the elbows, then you shoot threes. He will be our shooting guru. Gonna have him coach a team. Might have him own a team too. It'd be awesome. All right, what up, Connor Rush? All right, just talked about Connor Rush starting it all over again tonight by going to Denver, where there are no people. All right, we have a couple of people only signed up, so it's like us starting back over again. So you can appreciate the big crowds in Broomfield. Anyway, that's Sean Smith. Hopefully he'll be here at the end of September to help us out, and I am hyped to have him help us, guys. He's an amazing shooter, amazing person as well. So what else do we have? That's about it. So don't forget to sign up for the games. Don't forget to show up 30 minutes early, and let's get started. What do we have for the quote of the day? Quote of the day is, "Dreams are what make life tolerable." That's what I was saying about the whole monarchy thing, right? Like when you have Queen Elizabeth to look forward to, and you have Kanye West to listen to, and you have Steph Curry to watch on TV, this kind of allows you the space to go to work every day and hate life and do all this monotony stuff and go to school every single day and just write down the test and do all this stuff. That's part of it. And what it is, it's a dream. I can be them. I can be entertained by them at least, right? I don't know, it's what makes life not so miserable, I suppose, or tolerable, as this says. Dreams are what make life tolerable. So allow yourself to dream and then go for those dreams, and you won't have to worry about that much in life. All right. This quote, I believe, is from the movie Rudy. I believe he at least said something like that in Rudy. I'm not sure exactly. Wait, dreams are what make? Yeah, I think so. I think it's from Rudy. You can look that up later. Doesn't matter. I'm sure I'm right. Positive I'm right. But yes, dreams are what make life tolerable. So make sure that you guys have a hold of your dreams and then go for them. Because, again, I made this program for the dreamers. I made this program for those who truly want to go. And we've had people quit throughout the history of this program. And I bet you none of them could say I was quitting because I was going for my dream better. No, you quit on your dream when you quit the program, probably, unless you just didn't understand it to some extent, because what we're offering you is just an open door and a chance to go full speed. Everyone else is restraining you with a leash. If you have a choice between to be leashed or not in pursuit of your dreams, I believe that you would choose to be not leashed. So unleash yourself and go for it. And whether you make it or not is inconsequential. Inconsequential. I think that's a word. All right. And so you might as well. You might as well just go for your dreams and go with all your heart and do it to the point where you can't regret anything in life. Because if at the end of the day you're man, I should have tried harder. Boom, you just ruined it because there is no time machine. If there was a time machine, we would have seen a time machine by now because someone from the future would have come back. Unless they're invisible time machines. All right. We got speaking of time machines, I love Back to the Future, but let's talk about our movie of the day. All right. Our movie of the day is Rocky Tres. That's 3 for any of you English speakers out there. All right. Rocky 3 is the movie of the day for 4th graders. Okay. You guys had Rocky 1 and Rocky 2 already. I'm not sure if this goes in order, but it probably doesn't because after a certain point, I believe that they get a little bit more highbrow, like with the 7th graders are supposed to be watching them. But yes, Rocky 3 is a fun one. All right, so Rocky 1 is like the gritty one. It's like the one that Sylvester Stallone wrote, right? And like he was basically Rocky because no one funded his movie, and like he wanted to star in it, even though he can't act. He still can't act. And then he went through it and won Best Picture, and it was like, what the heck? Then Rocky 2 was like a comeback story because like he made it more like a little bit more glamorous because now he had some money to make the movie, and he did that, right? Rocky 3 was like the culmination. I think that they thought that they weren't going to go any further than this. They're now in like Rocky 19 or Creed or whatever it's called. But I believe that this was like supposed to be just the fun one because they brought out Hulk Hogan, who's like a wrestler at the time, and Mr. freaking T. Mr. T is one of the craziest characters that you'll ever see. I mean, you gotta type him into YouTube to see what he's all about. He'd be like, "I pity the fool" and stuff like that. That was a good Mr. T right there. I don't know if I could do that again. But yeah, he had a freaking mohawk, earrings, and he was a bouncer before he was an actor, and he would collect people's chains. Whenever they got kicked out or whatever, like they were wearing too many chains, he would collect them. Or whenever people lost their chains, I think that's what it was. And he would collect them, and he would put them on, so he just had a whole bunch of chains. So that became like his shtick. And he just got more and more chains, more and more jewelry to walk around like this. And he was it was also a bodyguard for like the stars. That's how he got into Hollywood. And he holds the record, I don't know if to this day, but he held the record at one point for the longest toss of a stuntman, which is like 15 feet. I don't even know how you start that record. Like, did they just see him throw him and they were like, that was pretty far, it's probably a record, and they measured it? And imagine being the stuntman. You're probably thinking, okay, I'm going to fly like 8 feet, and this dude throws you 15 feet? I mean, crazy, right? But anyways, he's in the movie as Clubber Lang, and he's like a vicious fighter, and then Rocky is like, he's high on his laurels basically on this one. He's like doing TV commercials, doing all this stuff, and it reminds me of Ronda Rousey. She was a nitty-gritty fighter and for the UFC, and then as soon as she started doing movies and like trying to make some money off of it, she lost. All right, and that's where Rocky was. And I'm not going to tell you more of the movie, but it gets pretty deep in parts. He trains with his old nemesis Creed so he's not as slow. That also reminds me of Sean Smith, where all he did was shoot, and he's like, I want you to train me to be an athlete now as well. And I was like, okay. And I remember like we were just doing the book, and we get to the shooting parts, and he's like, can we not do this? He's like, I know how to shoot. And he would look so dumb trying to do our athletic drills. He couldn't do any of them. All he could do is shoot the lights out. And it was funny because he didn't want to really practice shooting during practice because he's like, I know how to do this. And he does it extremely well. All right, and he wanted to focus on the things that he did not know how to do that made him look stupid. And I think that's what made him a great player, and what made him improve faster. He also came to our 6 a.m. workouts, and he said he felt like throwing up every single time. He goes, I hate the mornings, but he forced himself to come. It was crazy. All right, but yeah, that's how this one is right here. So watch it, Rocky 3, and if you do watch it as a 4th grader or any grade, make a movie review of it, and we will add it to our site, and you have a chance to win a coin. All right, moving on, we got our homework. Who's posted homework? Did anyone post a movie thing yet? All right, if you are trying to get some drills this month, let me see. We got Teo posting some stuff. I like it, Teo. If you watch any of those movies, though, make sure here are the list of movies for the month for everybody. Okay, so 1st graders, we already talked about it. You guys are supposed to watch the Pistol, The Birth of a Legend. 2nd grade, Rebound with Martin Lawrence. 3rd grade, $1 Million Arm. 4th grade, we just spoke about it, Rocky 3. 5th grade, Remember the Titans. That's a great football movie. 6th grade, Seabiscuit. 7th grade, The Replacements. That's a really funny movie. 8th grade, Mr. 3000. 9th grade, The Legend of Bagger Vance. Whoa, that's an amazing movie. 10th grade, Raging Bull. 11th grade, Rebound, The Legend of Earl the Goat Manigault. Funny, but both Rebound movies are this month. Rebound, don't watch the wrong one. Okay, there's Rebound with Martin Lawrence, that is for 2nd graders, and there's Rebound with Don Cheadle for 11th graders, which is a movie about like drugs and like crazy stuff. Probably not for little kids. And then 12th grade is Sunset Park. Time to get live. It's time to represent Sunset Park. What time is it? All right. Yes, those are all the movies for the month. If we do the movie, post it to our homework section. All right, so we can see it. And again, you post a 1-minute review on it. Just say what you thought about it. Give a little synopsis. And man, Tails all over this place. They bumped up anyone else who might have been on it. I'm not even sure if anyone else was on it. I'll check later though. Eventually we will get coaches to comment on your videos as well. All right, so know that your stuff is being watched. Okay, just you doing it is the main part. All right, so fantastic job to everybody there. Let's watch the story of the day.
If you try to throw a pebble into a glass from 10 feet away, you might not succeed. But if you threw 10 pebbles at the same time, you make at least a few. So remain flexible with your options and desires, and don't allow tunnel vision to keep you from your goals. Never depend on just one thing or just one day as the impetus for your success.
All right, so people use this philosophy in many different ways. All right, so the gist of it is this: if there's a glass, and I try to throw a pebble in it one at a time, I might never make it. If I try to throw 10 pebbles same exact time, I'm gonna make a few. I use this to get you guys recruited. All right, when the time comes, and we will know when the time comes. When I get some people that actually want to go to college, I will purchase $800 to cost all the emails and all of the divisions, and I will send out an email to every single coach. So it's like 9,000 coaches out there in the country to get you into college, and someone will like you. If I send it one at a time, I may never hit that one. If you send all of them at the same time, you get people, and I've done it before for other kids. Some of them weren't even as good as you guys. All right, and but you can use this philosophy in terms of like. Some people like to say you shouldn't just play one sport. You should put like your eggs everywhere and try everything, right? I think that's not how you should do it, because then you don't get as good in one thing. However, I say for you guys to use this philosophy is if you suck at one game, it doesn't matter. Even if you suck for like 1 month, it doesn't matter, because it's just one of something. All right, add them all up together, and then continue to add them up together until the bad ones just dissipate and go away. All right. So basically, don't put all your eggs into one basket in terms of your effort into one day. Yes, you should put you try hard, but like don't put all your hopes and dreams into just one day or just one moment. It's like studying to become a doctor, and then you fail your first test, and then you're like, I quit. And it's like, what? It's just one failure, right? So see the big picture. See the big picture in all of this, especially in terms of like whether you make it or not, because it's not about that. It's about the effort, right? So again, throw it all out there. Don't just throw it one at a time. Take all your heart and just put all your heart into something, and then something will come of it. Promise. All right. What's poppin', Noah Masseth? Teo, why are you trying to steal my fame? I have no homework too. Sorry, Noah. I'm sure your homework is on there. I see the homework. Your fame, man. All right, let's check the trivia question of the day. The trivia for today. We got Kieran with 1 point, Connor with 1 point. I believe it's a very easy question. I'm not sure. But the question is, which player has the most
career rebounds in the NBA? Which player has the most career rebounds in the NBA? There's actually a way to, like, you could probably just guess this. If you're an NBA fan, you should probably just be able to guess this. You should know it. We know who has the most points for the time being, which is Kareem, and LeBron James is about to pass him, which is crazy because I remember LeBron James when he was 16. Man, I'm getting old. Man, leading scorer in the history of the... Oh, my God. But yes, who was the leading rebounder in the history of the NBA? Which, I mean, is he big? Is he small? Probably not a guard, right? What kind of guy was just getting rebound to rebound to rebound? There we go! Alright, on the screen right there it has Teo as the leader right there. Alright, Teo was the first one. Great job, Teo Trujillo. Let me add your name unless it's already added. Is it alright? Nope, it's not added. Alright, Teo Trujillo. I believe you have the same last name, and you are now at 1 star, and that will put you up there in a tie. I gotta figure out how to add your name now to this thing. How do I get your name on there? How do I do it? Like that? I'll figure that out. But yes, Teo, great job. You got the answer right today. Alina just behind him. Connor just behind her. And we are moving on. And what are we talking about today? We got... Yes, the Hall of Fame list, the Hall of Famers. The Hall of Famers just been added. One day you two will be in the Hall of Fame. And this list, just to give them a little shout out, we got Swin Cash, Larry Costello, I believe. All right, Hugh Evans, Manu Ginobili, Tim Hardaway, Dale Harris, Lou Hudson, Lindsey Whalen, Marianne Stanley, Teresa Schenk, Grintz, Radovej Korek. All right. I think that's how you say it. George Karl and Bobby Huggins. All right. The one that I want to bring up, probably my favorite one on the list, is probably Manu Ginobili, man. Of course. Manu. Tim Hardaway's up there as well. Dale Harris, coach for the Lakers. All right. George Karl, I played with his son. All right. But yes. Manu, man. We even do a couple of Manu Ginobili moves in our program. All right. One of the first, superstar level Europeans in the league. And looking back at that team, man, they got some late picks for the Spurs, but they were all foreigners, or usually foreigners. And that's how they surprised people, because people were sleeping on the foreigners. And now after all these decades, we now realize that the foreigners were working harder than the Americans. And they're probably more polished right when they come into the league, especially with the Greek Freak and Luka, right? And all that's because of hard work. And you can say oh, well, black people, they are more genetically... Shut up. The Europeans, most of them aren't black. I mean, they just kept working and working and working, right? And although when you go over there, man, it looks like they're freaking slave drivers, but hard work adds up, and that's what the Europeans have been putting in. And Manu Ginobili is a great example of that. All right, so congratulations to him and all the other Hall of Fame inductees. I was talking to my dad of what the trivia could be. I said Wilt, and my dad said Mutombo. Mutombo might be top 10. I'm not sure, but Mutombo's a block guy. All right, Wilt Chamberlain, baby. All right. Anyways, don't forget, guys. I am driving Connor and Noah to the Denver practice today, so that means that we will be lacking some leadership in the Broomfield one. So make sure you guys step it up. And don't forget that the quote of the day is dreams are what make life tolerable. Alright, that's my time. I'll see y'all soon. Work hard tonight, and don't forget to show up to the games on time. Alright, show up 30 minutes early and come out to ball. Alright, you guys, I'll see y'all soon. Reese's Pieces, homies.